Morning everybody, it's Gareth here, day 24 of our daily challenge. Today's looking not too shabby outside, it's raining, so today we'll be doing some exercises inside. Today we'll be focusing on some shoulder range of motion exercises, okay? So if we're struggling to raise our arms overhead or reaching over our back, these exercises may help. So what we need today is just a nice wall, nice straight wall, a broomstick, and any type of can for resistance. Today my choice is peanut butter. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with is if you're quite limited with any overhead stuff, we're just going to start with something simple, okay? And they're called war angels. So you can have your feet out slightly in front of you, making sure your back's nice and straight. And then what you're going to do is putting your arms up against the wall, you're just going to glide up against the wall like so until you can't go anymore, okay? So if you're limited here, you just come back down. Okay, and we're going to do 15 of these. So I can reach all the way up, making sure the hands stay on the wall. 2, 3, 7, 8. It's important not to rush these. Some people might just try to get them out of the way. Make sure you do them properly. So hands are always gliding against the wall and just going as high as you can. So if you can only go to here.
Mama, some bees.
Okay?
Some bees.
Alright. Our next exercise is going to be wall slides, okay? So what you're going to need to do is turn around to the wall and place your arms up like so. So it's going to look like this. So keeping those elbows in nice and tight, okay? Having your forearms nice and straight. And then what you're going to do is just glide up against the wall, okay? As far as you can go. So if you can go all the way up, awesome, and then down. Once again, if you're limited and you can only go to here, that's alright. Okay? If you keep doing these exercises, you might get a little bit more range, Cool, so we're doing 15 of these. Just gliding up, keeping those elbows nice and close and gliding up like that, okay? Gliding up like that. If you've got a foam roller at home, something like this or like this, you can actually use these as well. So you can place them up against the wall and you can glide up the wall like that. Although it's just as good doing it without a foam roller, so going up. And this helps with your scapula gliding nicely, okay? So when we get stuck or we're restricted, it's because that's not gliding as nicely. So this will help teach that movement mechanics, okay? Right. Our next one is going to be with your broomstick, okay? And what I want you guys to do is about shoulder width apart with your grip. You're just going to go up as high as you can and then down. You can also use the wall, so what the wall will stop you from doing is using your hips to get more range, because we don't want your hips to do the work, we want your shoulders to do the work, okay? So as high as you can. So once again, we'll do 15 of these and just go as high as you can. So if you stop there, that's okay. So as high as you can. To remember not to use your hips, okay, if you don't have a wall. So we don't want to see this stuff. We want you to be nice and straight, going up as high as you can. Okay. So it's at 6, 7, 8. So keep it slow and controlled. Try not to rush it. Okay. We'll just do 3 more. And then last 2. And 1 more. Alright. The last exercise is going to be for your external rotators, so for the deep rotator cuff muscles. And the movement is going to look something like this, okay? So that's our shoulder external rotation. And we'll be using the wall. So I've got my peanut butter. You don't need to use the resistance. You can just place your elbow up against the wall here and you're just going to come back as far as you can. And also, if you find this real difficult and you stop here, that's alright, okay? So we're just going to do 15 on each side. Alright? So it looks like this. Okay, and this will help you to reach over your head, grab your seatbelt in the car. Okay? You can add resistance, so I've grabbed the peanut butter here, and you're just going back. It's nice to use a wall because what happens is it's really hard to stabilize that elbow, so people might do this sort of thing. But if you've got a wall here, you can keep that nice and straight. Okay? This nice peanut butter jar here, it's actually quite tricky.
Mama,
it's quite
can I
thick,
try these? This is yummy.
and you're gonna use a lot of your gripping muscles too. So we're kind of hitting two birds with one stone here, using your forearm muscles and your deep external rotators. Okay, and then you'll do 15 on each side. It's the same thing over here. They'll look something like that. Okay, once again, don't rush it. Keep a nice, slow tempo, so we'll make sure we do it properly. Okay, so 15 of each exercise to help with your overhead and reaching behind you. So take care everybody, and tune in tomorrow where Brock will take us through our daily activity.